Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. My name is Tammy Doe, and today's episode, I want to talk about Moldavite and Pallasite. Now, these two meteorite, Moldavite is a tektite, Pallasite is a meteorite, okay? So this is a Moldavite that I work closely with, and this is a Pallasite that I'm currently working with, okay? So these two hold a very different energy. And today's episode, I want to talk about the difference I notice in them. Moldavite I've been working with for the last 4.5 years intensely. We're talking about a couple 100 grams of Moldavite, bringing them to different activation spots, different portal spots on different alignment dates to download whatever energy that needs to come through, okay? So I have a few different sets resonate with different chakras with the different Moldavites. Now, the last 4.5 years, it's intensely with Moldavite. No other meteorite or space stones actually came through that I really was felt strong call to work with. I have about 2 pieces of Libyan desert glass. That's also a tektite, which is similar to Moldavite, half earth, half space, right? Half earth substance and half space substance. But for some reason, it just doesn't resonate. I never got a really strong pull to work with it. Moldavite, a different story, okay? And so what I noticed with Moldavite is, here's a very important distinction you want to make. Moldavite is 15 million years old. Okay, so Moldavite is 15 million years old. I've never knew anything about past life or working with cats. I never owned a cat growing up. I used to hate cats. And it wasn't until that I started with Moldavite that a kitten came into my life very early on in the journey. And after that, after I activated 2 or 3 other sets of Moldavite, more kittens came through. So long story short, my cat had kittens. So now I have quite a few cats in my hand. But it's interesting because the cats are guardians of the spirit realm. Dogs are guardians of the physical realm. I notice these kittens, as I'm doing different past life work, I see them showing up in my dreams as they're guiding me through the spirit realm. I also, when I work with past life regressions with clients, I work with past life cord cutting. I also work with the kittens for them to connect with the client to help retrieve a soul in the spiritual realm or have them as guardians. So if you have cats and you work with Moldavite, they are guardians. They are there to protect you from the energy realm, okay? So about Moldavite, right? Moldavite is 15 million years old. When I'm doing these past life regressions, it seems like I've connected with the Moldavite and I tapped into 15 million years of history. A lot of us, we know that we're old souls. We just don't know how old our soul is. Moldavite is an entryway into it, okay? And so when you first work on Moldavite, it's very easy to feel very ungrounded. You're gonna start opening yourself up to a lot of spirits, a lot of spiritual realm. And as you're cutting cords, as you're releasing energy within your energy field, you're going to be more sensitive to energy. That's why when I first started the journey, I thought I was losing my mind. So it's very important for me to find a community and a teacher to guide me through. For me personally, because there was so much Moldavite, I was really seeking for answers like what's happening, okay? And so through the last 4.5 years, I've got a lot of tools and trainings on how to cut cords. And really, one of my specialty is working with past lives. And a lot of it has to go with past life healing, cutting these cords, completing these contracts with these different souls. So Moldavite is a bridge to 15 million years. Now, for those who followed the channel, the last trip I took was to Mexico, and the Pallasite entered my field right before I left for Mexico. And I never really worked with it until I came back from Mexico, finishing the last activation for the sacral chakra. And recently, so it's been about a month since I fully worked with this. But what I found was very interesting is Pallasite is it's a lot softer energy. It holds this soulmate energy, okay? And another really important thing that I uncovered with this is one of the oldest meteorites found on Earth. And it's 4.5 billion years old, okay? Just wanted you to hear that. Moldavite is 15 million years. This is 4.5 billion years old. So when I'm doing these different past life cord cutting, past life clearings, I've surpassed the 15 million years of Moldavite. And that's why when I shared with everyone that the last few episodes, I feel like I broke the barrier with Moldavite, right? Because Moldavite is half tektite, half space, half earth, half space. Once you break that barrier, which I feel like is this complete death, and I cleared myself so much of the vessel that I started seeing rainbows everywhere, okay? On a trip to Mexico, we saw 5 rainbows in a week. And 2 of them were double rainbows. So that was something I've never experienced before. So now when I came back, a lot of the Moldavites, a lot of Moldavites started vibrating out. The only one that I have out right now is this heart-shaped Moldavite. Okay, this one I believe is a bridge into the heart chakra, because I work all the different Moldavite sets help open and activate my there's the root, the sacral, the solar plexus. I got the third eye, I got the crown. The heart chakra is what I've been working with this last couple months. When I came back, all the Moldavites started vibrating out. I started getting really strong hits to start making the red thread of fate. Now I share with you guys, I started making these red thread of fate. For those who don't know what it is, there is a moon god that ties 2 souls together, and we call this the soul mate. Okay, so it's an ancient Chinese legend of this red cord connecting 2 souls together, which is known to be the soul mate. Now, my interpretation of that is, yes, you can say it's a legend. You know, we all want to believe in these soulmates, these legends, if this really exists. Now, I shared that I never really believed in soulmates prior. I mean, I know they exist, but as far as really experiencing it, I was a little bit hesitant, right? It seems more like this fairy tale. But now, as I'm working on clearing myself, cutting all these cords, seeing all these really intense connection with different twin flames, it's to a point where all the twin flames, well, majority of the twin flames started sharing similar first name letters, okay? And then similar birthdays around the same, it's like a cluster. And this all happened within this last 4.5 years. I activated a Moldavite grid, a new set of people entered. I activated another Moldavite set. That group exited out, another group entered. And some of these twin flame connections weren't even romantic. It was past life connections of different twin flames that came back into my life for us to heal something. So it's very fascinating to experience that, right? A lot of people would think that twin flame is romantic. Not all of them. Maybe in a past life we were together. Maybe in a past life it was romantic. But I feel like there's a confusion between this past life connection that it has to be romantic, which is not. They're coming back into our life to heal a wound, because when 2 flames come together, it's the yin and yang. It's gonna push out whatever's left unhealed for you to heal, for you to become whole and complete yourself. Okay? That is what a twin flame connection here is to help you do in this lifetime. Does not have to be romantic. But the love, the connection is there. Now, it's very important that we go back to unconditional love, because a lot of times people feel like you need to be with this twin flame. Sometimes this twin flame is not who you imagine your other half is going to be. Different age, different sex, different life situations, different careers, whatever it is, that twin flame can come into different embodiments, okay? They're coming in for you to release any trauma, any hurt, anything left that needs healing from this past life for you to heal in this lifetime. And when that lesson is learned, that twin flame may or may not exit your field. Typically, most of the time, if they're no longer resonating, you're both in whole complete, you can hold this mutual relationship. But if one side keeps seeking something from you and they haven't learned the lesson, or you haven't learned the lesson, it's going to keep showing up for you to learn that. When that cord is cut with this person and the lesson's not learned, another embodiment shows up for you to learn that lesson, okay? So that is twin flame. Now, when I started working with Pallasite, I would say a month now, the energy is a lot softer. It's very heart-centered. This one specifically holds a lot of orangey yellow energy. So sacral resonates with the sacral too. There is some green here. But we're talking 15 billion, talking about 4.5 billion years here. So this goes back to it's older than Earth. It goes back further in this lineage that we're talking about, this past life. So as I'm doing all these different past life, I'm seeing that this lineage goes back much further. So that's why when I shared that I felt like I broke the barrier with Moldavite and entered this next level, we're talking about written in the stars. We're talking just meteorite substance. It's written in the stars, which is where you'll find the soul mate. Does that make sense? So yeah, it seems like Moldavite is slowly vibrating out. Now, I activate all those different sets. I believe they will come out whenever I do different healings. If there is a cord with in different past life that hasn't been healed, just depends on who comes through to do these different healings. I'll pull out whatever Moldavite that wants to come out. Chances are it's connected to a past life connection that holds a different energy for you to heal, brings up the wound that needs to be healed specifically for that chakra in that lifetime. Okay, so that's how I do my past life healings. When that cord is cut, when that area is healed, there's a part of your soul that is retrieved. So you become more whole and complete in who you are. Now, this is different layers, different lifetimes, different connections. It's a work in progress. You're diving back, you're expanding to 15 million years worth. So that's what I was doing for the last 4.5 years with the kittens, with the Moldavites. So the kittens are only about a year. A lot of it came all at once. I had the kitten, the mom, about 3 years, and the kittens came through this last 1.5 years. So a lot of past life, managed to break through into the stars with the Pallasite. Red Thread of Fate is available. I believe I will be making these until 11/11 of this year. So if you haven't gotten one yet and you feel called for one, what I feel like is happening with this is doing all this work with Moldavite. I managed to open up my body as such a clear vessel that whenever I'm focusing on making this right, it's a transfer of energy. A lot of my time and attention is focusing on making this, that the energy is transferred. And I believe that when you tie a red string, imagine getting something from a master, okay? The energy is very different versus getting something on a regular website. The energy is different. It's an energy exchange of who you're getting it from. If you want to put it simply, how money is transferred, energetic exchange. So when you purchase this, there's an energetic exchange of this energy from the stars, okay? And my main intention with this is whole and complete. Completing this lesson with the twin flames helps you break this barrier that you are whole and complete. You do not need this other half to come help you be complete. Because when two souls are whole and complete within themselves, they come together and become a force field. And a really important thing I want to point out is what you seek is seeking you. So when one party comes into your life and you're very adamant that they are the one, but they do not feel the same, take it as a sign from the universe to tell you to divert, change path. Because when two souls are meant to be for each other, they'll come find each other. When you are whole and complete in yourself, that is a phase where the soulmate will show up. Now, I'm not saying a soulmate doesn't show up earlier. That I haven't experienced in myself. The soulmate energy for me is coming up in dreams. This last 2 months, we're seeing each other in dreams. We're connecting in dreams. We're recognizing each other in dreams. I will sometimes get glimpses, more of like an outline of this other soulmate. The energy is very familiar. So we will see what unfolds as this progression with this soulmate that's coming through, okay? So yeah, that is my experience working with Moldavite and Pallasite, two very completely different energy. But yeah, if it resonates with you for Pallasite, go for it. If it doesn't, then don't push it. Same thing, if it's not resonating with you, let it go. There's something in you that's not resonating, let it go. When it's meant for you to work with something, where you're feeling called for it, you will feel a very strong pull, okay? So that's all I have with my experience with the Pallasite so far, 1 month in. If you feel called to get one of the Red String of Fate, they are available on my website, thelightgoddesses.com. They will be available until 11/11, from what I know right now. And also, if you feel called for doing some past life cord cutting, past life healing, soul retrievals, my information is also available for those sessions, okay? And that's sending everyone here lots of love and light. There's a possibility I will be doing a session for 11/11, a group session. So stay tuned for that. When the information comes through, I will let everyone know. Other than that, enjoy your day, and Red String of Fate, here we come. Tammy Doe, signing off.